our last few themes, authenticity and vulnerability, which I feel fit beautifully with what you just articulated. How does honoring others and their subtleties help us understand our own? Because I know we do talk about, hey, we don't want to put all of our focus on an outside to in approach. We want to do an inside to out. But I feel like this topic of balancing ego is such a great time to understand the difference between taking the outside to in and observing the outside to in. Would you mind diving into that just a little bit, just to, in the spirit of subtlety?
Yeah, of course. From my perspective, what I would say is when we take the time to observe the uniqueness of those around us without reacting if something doesn't align with us, but really observing and responding from an authentic place, it informs us more of who we are, right? Even if it's something that we don't desire to be, that informs me, like, hey, that doesn't fit for me. And I feel that, and I'm not going to judge that person or that experience or that circumstance or any of it. But I know that that doesn't feel right for me. But don't just let it stop there. We then have an opportunity, and I do this quite often. I'm like, okay, so I knew that that didn't align for me, and I honored myself and my feeling. And I also honor that that circumstance was a fit for those who were engaged in it. But now I want to understand for myself, why didn't that fit for me? What does that show me about me and my journey and how I choose to move forward? Is it just not right for me right now? Could it ever be right for me? And it gives me an opportunity to learn more about my sense of who I am, but also create space for the potential in a future. Because who knows? We don't know how we're going to grow, change, expand in our awareness. So it always allows for a grander potential of self too. Because it's not always like it's a negative situation. It could be that this is something that's just so big and magnificent that I just know that I'm not ready for that step in my life yet because I haven't gained the skills or the insights to take that next step. Doesn't mean I won't be yet, but I just need to honor where I am. And so then I can take a step back and go, okay, so does that make me bad? Is my sense of self less? Am I lower than those who are doing these grand things? It would be so easy for me to do that. Or is it that I know myself enough to know that I would not be doing those who are engaged in that a favor if I stepped into it when I'm not ready, nor would I be doing myself a favor because I haven't acquired what I need yet to get there. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to. And it doesn't mean that maybe there isn't something else and something even grander on the horizon for me. So it gives me that opportunity to constantly go within while also observing externally and giving gratitude for the multiple potentials. There's not just one. And I know personally, I used to do that all the time. Oh my gosh, I've got to grab this one. This isn't going to happen again. Oh my gosh, if I don't act on this right now, then it's never going to happen for me. And one thing I've gained from constantly doing this review is this alignment of my ego, is to have a calmer sense, knowing that what is meant for me will always be in my present moment. Always. And if it doesn't feel aligned for me right then, it's okay. Because if it's meant to happen, it will present itself again. And it will present itself again. And it will present itself again. I don't have to fear that it's not going to be there. So I don't know if that fully answered your question, but I just find that it's interesting to observe what's going on and understand how it fits for me internally now and even potentially going forward.
It's beautiful. And I even like how you threw another tool, like an affirmation, in there to enhance that bigger picture. And so it is just in many ways, like in our toolbox, for example, like a physical one, you know, we may have a drill and there's different bits to that drill depending on what we need to do, and we can interchange them. So the bits themselves are a tool, the drill is a tool, and then combined it becomes a greater tool. And I love how you just presented that for that bigger picture. So thank you.